The life of an NHL referee. You make the right calls, you make the bad calls, and you screw a team over.
That's a disgrace! What a joke! Montreal typical!
Honestly, there are so many controversial calls that cost a team their entire year, but fuck it, my list is final. Oh yeah, and also, get a glass of water because you might get salty watching this one.
After reviewing the play, the puck was, the whistle was...
Victim number 5, the Nashville Predators. On the verge of being knocked out of the 2017 playoffs, the Nashville Predators needed a win to force a Game 7 to complete what was supposed to be one of the greatest underdog stories in the history of the NHL. What's a better way to build that momentum with an opening goal? And what a way to kill it. After Philip Forsberg shot the puck, it just squeezed by Murray and the referee lost sight of the puck, resulting in an early whistle. This has happened before in the 2009 playoffs when Marian Hossa of the Red Wings was snubbed with what should have been a goal. The only difference was that the Red Wings ended up winning the series regardless of a goof-up, but the Nashville Predators, well, we all know what happened. Victim number 4. The Calgary Flames. In the 2004 Stanley Cup Finals, the Calgary Flames needed one more goal to win the Stanley Cup. And with the closing minutes of a tie game, Flames forward Jelena crashes the net and Khabibulin makes an enormous pad save, then the game continues. But after the broadcasting network replayed the save, the puck seemed to have gone in. Unfortunately, the referees didn't review the play and Tampa Bay won in double overtime, ultimately taking Game 7 to win the Stanley Cup. People argue that it was the angle of the camera that made the illusion of crossing the line. And of course, there is no guarantee that Calgary would have won the game, but you know, fucking sucks. Victim number 3. The Toronto Maple Leafs. In the Game 6 of the 1993 playoffs, Toronto needed one more goal to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals. But when the LA Kings were on a power play in overtime, Gretzky got his stick on Doug Gilmour's chin. There was even evidence of the high stick with blood on the scene. That should be enough, right? Well, as the Toronto luck goes, there is no penalty called on the play. All referees on the ice said that they didn't see the high stick and therefore didn't call the penalty. Then on the next face-off, Wayne Gretzky, the guy who should have been in the penalty box, scores the game-winning goal to send the Kings to Game 7. The Kings then beat Toronto the next game and got their ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals and got wrecked by Montreal. Victim number 2, the Philadelphia Flyers. In the 1980 Stanley Cup Finals, the Philadelphia Flyers needed a win to push the series to a Game 7. And with the opening goal from the Flyers, it seemed like Game 7 was a guarantee. However, to tie the game, Potvin scores after batting the puck mid-air. Some people argue that it was a high stick because it kinda seems a tad over his shoulder. I don't know, maybe I'm just blind like an NHL referee. But after that somewhat controversial high stick goal, it was followed by the ultimate dagger that stabbed the Flyers franchise in the heart. Islander player Goring entered the zone who was clearly offside. The Islanders then scored the go-ahead goal. When it seemed like the world was against them, the Flyers still managed to push the game into overtime. But the hockey gods are cruel and the Flyers got shanked in overtime.
Tonelli to Nystrom. He scores! Bob Nystrom scores the goal. The Islanders win the Stanley Cups, and there it is.
Damn dog. Victim number 1. The Buffalo Sabres. First off, a long time ago, depending on who you ask, there was a high demand to protect NHL goalies in the late 80s, especially after the Clint Malarchuk incident, who almost died on the ice. So the NHL implemented a rule in the 92 season, and in a nutshell, unless the attacking player has possession of the puck, the goal will be waved off if the attacking player is in the goal crease. Thus, the NHL were calling off goals all season long, even though it had nothing to do with the outcome of the play. Simple, right? In the 1999 playoffs, Buffalo Sabres needed one more goal to push the series to a Game 7. But in triple overtime, Brett Hull scores one of the most controversial goals in NHL history to win the Stanley Cup for the Dallas Stars.
It's over! It's over!
Ever since, the debates went bananas. He plays the puck in the crease, so isn't that against the rule? Did Hull have possession when he kicked the puck? Does rebound count as possession for Brett Hull? Dominic Hasek hits the puck at the same time, so does Hull really have possession? What the fuck is a possession anyways? It's a good goal because he kicked it to himself. It's a shitty way to decide the winner of the Stanley Cup, and the debates are still a goddamn gong show. And after the finals, NHL realized how stupid this rule was and they changed it for the next season. So yeah, they should probably work on that offside rule as well, eh? Wow, 1,000 subscribers. What? Honestly, I am just fucking blown away by you guys. All your positive comments have been so overwhelming the past few weeks, and just happy that people watch my videos. Like, God, that's so cheesy. God damn. Oh, that's cheesy. Okay, all the cheese aside, as a Canadian, I just want to say thank you. Bye.